places in the country weather-wise this time of year than this one right here, Tampa, Florida, and beautiful Raymond James Stadium. Tonight, a good one on tap as part of our John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration Series, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll run here with a rookie. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Shuck out of the shotgun. Open man is tipped him. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down. A gain of 22 yards. First down, New Orleans.
They'll go play action with Shuck. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
2nd and 10. To throw is Shuck. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Olave motioning to the left. They'll throw. Here's Shuck. To the right side, he's got Vele. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. Room here to run. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down.
He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, your front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
11 more on that one and another first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They go play action. Mayfield. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and goal.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Cade Otton, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bucs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, down in this part of the field, CD, they'd love to get him the football, and right there, a little pitch and catch for the score.
Yeah, and he's such a weapon when it's that close to the end zone, and they love being able to rely on him to make those kind of catches. Talk about trust, talk about confidence, and he produces.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Chase McLaughlin.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
And we'll see if they can bring that pride the offense this go around.
A 3-yard pickup.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Shuck now to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
On 4th down, the Saints' new man for 2025, Kai Kroger on to punt. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it. It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. And when you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Mayfield looks to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
To throw, Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And they'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Alontae Taylor up to make the tackle.
Now give him credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run, and then executed.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 9. Once again, it's Irving. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Mayfield. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Saints will take over here just shy of the 30. They'll begin the drive with a handoff to Neal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So on 4th down, Kai Kroger on to punt for New Orleans. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
He's on his way. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. As it is with just about every big run like that one, usually starts up front, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and statistics don't go next to the names of the big guys who open up the holes, but they revel in that run just as much as the guy carrying the ball.
A quick throw, and it's a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play, because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them, because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield will try and do this himself. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Mayfield showing he can be fleet of foot, picking up the first down.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing third down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Irving fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
They'll run with Irving. But he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty. Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! Bucky Irving from 8 yards out. And the Bucs are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it as we resume action. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
The Saints on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. Throwing, Shuck. And that will be incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Fair catch, signaled for and taken.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
First and 10.
And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, three things can happen, and two of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
It's a gain of
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. And Mayfield just getting the play off. And it is caught. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. Oh, he's got some breathing room. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 111 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Mayfield on play action. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Chase McLaughlin.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
2 yards on the
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
The slot man in motion right. Working out of the gun here, Shuck. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On play action, Shuck. Complete, it's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Now Shuck. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Levante David in on the tackle.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's a 2nd and 8. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
They run again with Neal, and he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
For the field goal, a 45-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that stems the tide just a little, but this still a 2-touchdown game.
And I think that maybe that was a bit of a calming drive for this offense, and that's exactly what they needed. They were able to move the ball. They did some good things. It's still the 2nd quarter. Plenty of time to go.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. a crease here as he's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now a 2nd and 10. In motion left, Godwin. Mayfield to throw it. Open man is Ibuka. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. Throwing, Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Complete to Emeka Ibuka. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now Mayfield. Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Mayfield down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Gets this one to Hill. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
7-yard line.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Shuck. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
And the Saints first down.
To throw now, Shuck. They'll get that complete to Vele. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Shuck now to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Saints.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw. Here's Shuck. That is caught by Vele. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. They will throw again. Shuck. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Devon Vele in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. From the gun, Mayfield. To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A run up the middle with Irving. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 25, here's second down at 7. Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Only able to gain a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw, Mayfield. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Fielded at the 20. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Shuck. Olave over the middle. And he'll get nothing out of that one.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Shuck. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. On the return, Johnson. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area. So it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield. Over the middle to Evans. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
A gain of 11 yards.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over first and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. On the RPO, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is will he be able to bounce back in the next one, because right now, this has not been his game.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And some room to work. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
I hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
From the gun, Shuck. And this is caught at the 8. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Devon Vele with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. A time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Irvin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 141 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Play fake. Mayfield. And this is incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first, and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Here's Mayfield. He completes it to Evans. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
On the handoff, this is Irvin. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
2nd and 6. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Mayfield to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Sets up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
For the field goal, a 30-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Looking to put a drive together. They'll begin the drive with Neal. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Again, it's Neal as they stay on the ground. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Shuck. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on third down to keep this drive alive.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Here's 2nd and 3. Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay. That flag, that'll push him back 5. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Off the play fake, Shuck. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 7. This is Neal. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to kick it away. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive, because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and a yard. Here's a handoff to Irvin. And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 199 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. A shotgun handoff here to Irving. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll try and run here with Irvin. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Neal. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 19-yard line.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
Fair catch, signaled for and taken.
So out come the Bucs now.
1st and 10.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And they'll begin by running the option. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A run with Irvin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it. But what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
That's good.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on them to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
They'll stay on the ground with Irving. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the Saints' 13-yard line.
Mayfield down. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Cade Otton, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Bucs are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Shuck. Little short pass here to Hill. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it'll be second down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
To throw now, Shuck. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Little short pass here to Hill. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
Now a 3rd and 6. Shuck now to throw. And down he goes. A Buccaneers sack. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, look out, because here they come.
Shuck to throw for it on fourth.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, Irving running right.
And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Saints' 31-yard line.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Irving. And they're still about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Mayfield. That is caught. And he will pick up the 1st down as he is out of bounds. And on that, we will reach the 2-minute warning. Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Bucky Irving,
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
and the Buccaneers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Well, they ran the toss, trusting he had the speed to get to the edge, and he did.
And there really wasn't any doubt about that because the scouting report told you that this guy could flat out run. When you give him a little bit of space and a chance to get there, he usually does.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Trying to get that one to Chris Olave.
And it's 2nd down.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.